Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited you're here with me today. My name is Cindy. You know that. And I am so happy to be joined by Keesa to talk to us for
Mhm.
another session of our Women's Empowerment Series. Welcome, Keesa. So happy
Hi,
you're here today.
I'm happy to be here. Good to see you.
Tell everybody here, what are you doing?
So, I am a training specialist for Orange County Fire Rescue's Communications Department. I oversee the trainers. I help the dispatchers with their careers and career movement and promotion. And I absolutely love my team. I love what I do. And I think, well, I know I'm making an impact. And that's what I was looking for. So, I'm super excited. I absolutely love it.
I love how happy you are. Like
Yeah.
as soon as we got on screen, I was like, oh my goodness, you are
Mhm.
beaming. What is fantastic about this job for you?
I like that I have a team that I get to collaborate with. I have very supportive and innovative supervisor. We are working together to do a lot of new things. She's very open and excited about the future of our county because it's growing rapidly. A lot of people are moving to Central Florida, which in turn impacts Orange County. And I love the people I work with. And I love the fact that the people that I'm helping are doing very meaningful work in the community, right? They are 911 dispatchers. They are taking care of people in some of the worst moments of their life. And
Wow.
so to help
Yeah.
them help others is a dream come true.
Yeah, you've always
Mhm.
wanted to be doing something that like that, making an impact,
Yeah.
having the work that you're doing have a greater value for other people.
Mhm.
And you were so absolutely doing that. What did
Mhm.
you do before this?
So I was in education for 19 years. I started as a teacher, and then I moved into administration. And I actually left Florida to move to Georgia. And then I got so homesick that I came back. And I realized that, I wanted to make a change and a transition. And so in the Idol Academy, I had a friend, Laura, who introduced me to you. And everything happened at the perfect moment because I was at a point where I needed a strategic partner to help confirm and affirm my change and to even help me get through the process with encouragement. And I'm so glad. I'm so, so glad.
Ah, thank you so much.
Hmm.
Everyone, look, there's one of those videos with Laura as well. So if
Hmm.
you want to see what Laura has to say, you can check hers out too on
Hmm.
YouTube. So what was the journey like? How did you feel, coming back to Florida from Georgia? I know you were happy to be back in Florida, but
Hmm.
how did you feel about the whole job search and the process? And, I think it was quite some time that you were working on it on your own
Hmm.
before you and I even met.
Right. And I'd also started a business. So that made things a little different as well because I was launching into what seems like a new field because I moved from education to um, working for myself. So my goal was, I'm going to help small to mid-sized businesses with their learning and development. And so I went through the academy. I met Laura, but applying for jobs and understanding that that's a completely different thing, right? Like it's not the same as it is in teaching where you just show up, tell them your experience, that's it. Finding a position in today's time in corporate America or even in public service, it's so different. um, you have to get past the ATS system. You have to have your resume written a certain way. And I was wondering, what is holding me back? Am I on the right track? Am I thinking about this the right way? Did I make the right decision to launch into this new career? Because, once you start doing something, sometimes it can ding your confidence and you're not sure what steps to take or if the ones you are taking are the right ones.
Yeah,
So it was
that's
tough.
right.
It was not easy. To answer your question, it was very, 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 very challenging because you're getting inundated. I was by recruiters on LinkedIn, but you don't know when they're going to respond, how they're going to respond, if they're serious, how to set up the phone calls. Um, it was very, 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 very challenging.
That's a lot of varies.
Right? It was, though. It was very challenging, and trying to run a business at the same time was challenging.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can see that. I can see that. And so what do you feel that, how did I help you out to get to this point?
Right. So I really needed a strategic partner, like I said, and your encouragement and your saying, okay, this is exactly what you need to do. This is what your resume needs to look like to get past the ATS system. You have to have a cover letter. I've been told multiple times, nobody ever reads those. It's not important, and that's not true. Like, people do read them.
Yeah,
If you can get past the ATS system first, then you write a knockout cover letter to let them know why you're interested in their company, how your skills can be helpful. That was an important piece for me, and I can actually speak to the fact that that is what made me a standout for the position I have now, is explaining my experience with calling 911 and having such a positive experience and wanting to be a part of being behind the scenes to help the learning and development of Orange County Fire Rescue. So that cover letter explaining that was a huge factor in me getting an interview, and then in turn having the opportunity to share how our visions aligned until you and I started working together.
right. Because it's so much of remembering all the ways that you are better than other people, different from other people, other skills. Most educators talk about, like, I'm really organized, I'm flexible, I could work under
Mhm.
pressure, but there's a very big difference between being able to stay calm and cool under pressure of
Mhm.
a real emergency, like helping someone through a heart attack, helping someone through all these things. That's a different kind of pressure,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And yeah, you had those skills when you were 18 years old. Look at where you are now, right? They're a lot more
Right.
developed now. You've had a lot more life experiences to
Mhm.
develop those, especially as an administrator, especially as an administrator. So
Yes, for
what
sure.
are some of, I know that a lot of transitioning teachers and transitioning educators, they wonder about,
Mhm.
what the life is like on the other side. I know that you were mentioning to me that there's a lot of really amazing perks that your job has because you're working for the county. So what are some of the other benefits
Mhm.
that you have?
I love my health benefits. I now have a health coach. I also have access to a personal trainer because I work for the fire department, which is great. I'm part of the Florida retirement system, which was something that was important to me. Like, what is the company or the organization's plan for retirement? I really like that. I like that I'm on salary, so my schedule is flexible, especially since the operation that I serve is 24 hours. So I really appreciate that. And I love the camaraderie. I think that sometimes as transitioning teachers, um, we underestimate what if you've had a tough experience, right? Sometimes we underestimate what it will feel like to do something different, or what it will be like, because we often hear stories about corporate America that aren't accurate. Right? There is collaboration, there is innovation, there are teams and friendships and relationships that can be developed, and I think sometimes we underestimate that or don't look at it as a valued benefit. And I can honestly say the new relationships I'm developing are a huge part of the reason why I'm so happy in my position.
It is fantastic, right? Because we're talking about our mental and emotional state
Mhm.
and jobs that are toxic for our health. And it sounds like you were in the exact opposite, right? In a
Yeah.
place that is fostering your growth, giving you health coaches and gym
Mhm.
memberships. I mean, really things to support your whole existence. What kind of advice would you give for transitioning teachers who are in this, overwhelmed, and I don't know what I want to do, and am I going to be appreciated for my skills, right? Like, when you came here, they appreciated what you had to offer. You
Mhm.
were treated as an expert in your field, and people wanted to hear what you had to say, right?
Mhm. Yes, and I think that we need to have confidence walking in the room that the skills that we have as teachers, as educators, is valuable, right? The leadership skills, the organization. And one of the things that I have noticed is extremely valuable is just our understanding of people and different personalities. You know, a teacher can walk into a room with a bunch of different personalities and not be off put by maybe someone who is a little more reserved or someone who might be a little over the top. We're already used to those things. We have a lot of soft skills, you know, like some things that would be off-putting to other people, like maybe sarcasm, that doesn't really bother us. So I think teachers really need to go in with confidence, knowing that a lot of the skills that we have are valuable. They would be surprised how many people are impressed by just our soft skills in introducing ourselves and interacting with new people. That is a valuable skill in our understanding of how people learn and take in information. We have a lot of skills that are valuable in multiple fields, from our leadership to our organizational skills, our people skills, our in-depth knowledge of how people learn is extremely valuable in any sector, because we can take key knowledge and turn it into instruction that will help people learn. And that is valuable, especially right now with technology moving so quickly, right? With artificial intelligence, there is so much happening so quickly, and people who understand how to transfer that knowledge from whoever created it to those who need to use it, that's a very valuable skill. And we can do that with our eyes closed.
Yeah, you know, I like how you're talking about all of the soft skills, because what I think that most people don't realize, and I know that you do, is that it's not a computer program that is going to get you the job. It's not a certain bit of technology, and that most leaders need to have the soft skills, the interpersonal relationship skills, the ability to motivate people, the ability to manage a team, the ability to give appropriate feedback in an encouraging, positive way without demeaning people, right? The ability to get underperformers to perform, right? Which are all skills that you already have from being in education. What was, you know, what would you say is the single thing that I gave you that was most valuable for you?
Oh, wow, Cindy, it's not just one thing.
Okay, good.
I think that your directness and honesty, and there were three things that I really needed. I needed a strategic partner to come next to me and say, okay, confirm, like, okay, this is not going well, and here's why. To affirm, you know, it's not you, it's what you're doing, right? So you need to do things differently. And then encouragement. So you can have what you want. It exists, it's out there. Stay focused, be diligent, be patient, and it will happen. So I think those three things are important. I think those are valuable things in a coach. And I appreciated your directness, because in a process like this, you do need someone who's going to encourage you, but they also need to say, okay, hey, this is not working. do
the
this.
hand holding, kicking you in the butt part, right?
Absolutely.
You know, it's not just the coming and saying, yeah, it's all perfect, because, you know, if you keep making the same mistake, I could sit here as your cheerleader all along, but I want you to get results.
Right. And I think, you know, when teachers come, anyone who comes and says, okay, I want to partner with you, they need to be open, they need to listen, and then they need to take action. And those are things that are going to be valuable well beyond whatever amount of time they spend with you, right? Like these are skills that they will need, period. So an opportunity to exercise them is great.
Well, thank you so much. I'm going to put that on all my, I'm going to put that as my advertisement going forward. Thank you so much. It has been so amazing chatting with you. I hope that I know that all your words are going to be so inspiring to other women, other transitioning teachers, other people, you know, in any field that's looking to go out there and get another job, you know, to understand what you need to do and that you can do this, right? And I am just so thrilled with how happy you look.